shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalliard Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit. Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus your TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with a deck profile today. A nice, fun, casual deck. We're gonna be looking at an old school one here, y'all. Rescue Cat involved. Obviously, we're gonna be looking at Raccoons, and with the addition of Rescue Cat with the errata, it is a lot better. You are able to extend your plays a little bit more, even with links. I know it was cool last time this deck was at full power, able to do more stuff. I don't know what you want to call it, but you could do like double Sandayu and a Nat Beast on turn one pretty easily back in the day, and for the most part you can still do cool boards like that, and I would like to showcase it here with this deck profile. So first things first, playing 3 Rescue Cat. This is not the heart and soul of the deck, but it's a great starter card. Even though when you summon the 2 monsters, their effects are negated, it's not as relevant because most of the time you're just trying to make that into either a Sandayu, or you can make it into Mrs. Radiant and continue to extend your plays if you have the extension to go for. 3 Pompoko. This was the OG card back in the day. This was the card you were trying to normal summon so that you could special this from deck. Tan, flip summon card, slow if you draw it, but cool if you special it off of Pompoko. Special summon 1 level 2 beast monster from your deck, except for Tan. And that was usually summoning you the 2 Kalantosa that we are playing. If this is summoned by a beast type monster, you can target 1 card in the field and destroy that target, and that's pretty relevant. This is a card you're summoning most often with that card. And then another mystical beast that you are playing is 3 of Bellerophon. When this card came out, it really allowed for a lot of extension plays, especially with the Fabled Cerebral, because this card just lets you discard a card, target a level 2 or lower beast in your grave, and then special summon it. And then if you discard this, then you essentially are able to make Fabled Unicorn with just the card that you summon off this, and this is getting discarded. So that is very relevant. From here then, we're playing the 1 Wind-Up Kitten. This one you're not trying to see as much, but it is very good to see it engraved, because then you can just summon it with Bellerophon or Air's Rock very easily. And then the last, Key Mouse. This is the card you're really not trying to draw, but if you do, you can just set it and hope it gets destroyed by battle so that you can get its effect off. That's the Raccoon lineup. 3 Ghost Ogre for the hand traps, 2 Ash Blossom, and Maxi. I'm back and forth with hand control with this, because Unicorn, you kind of need to be able to pitch cards so that you can control the hand amount, but you're usually not ending with a huge hand, so you're not trying to pitch as many cards. You're trying to add cards back to your hand so you can make up the difference between you and your opponent. That's not happening as often, so I'm not trying to hand manipulate as much with the hand traps. That's the monster lineup. Onto the spells. This is the most important card in the deck, Obedient School, because if you're opening this going first, this is great, because then you summon 3 monsters for free from your deck. Special summon 3 level 2 or lower beast types, and their effects are negated. That's cool, and you can only special summon beasts for the rest of the turn. That's fine, because you can still end with a very cool board of, if you open this, Air's Rock and a Rescue Cat, you are able to end with Mrs. Radiant, Fabled Unicorn, and a Nat Beast, which is pretty strong for the most part. I'm playing 3 Airs. Another really good card in the deck, just because it's great play extension, getting your beast back onto the board. That's just what this does, and it helps with the attack difference, because then your opponent loses 200 for each one in your grave. Twin Twister, because we are going first deck, but if you're going second, you're just going to need this, and it helps if you discard your Cerebral. 1 Soul Charge for the bomb for the complete grade extension. This mid game is amazing. And then our placeholders, 3 Pot Desires, great card, you're playing so many 3-ofs, and then 1 Upstart Goblin. You're trying to keep it as consistent as possible. And then for the traps, playing 3 Solemn Brigade card, 2 strikes and a Solemn Warning, to wrap up the deck at 40. And for the extra deck, this is pretty, you can be pretty loose with this. for the most part because you're only summoning a few monsters in this. 3 Sandayu, you're not often going into 3, but it does come up. Sometimes the games get grindy enough. 1 Skycav Centaria, because this card can be summoned turn 1 or turn 2 if you go Obedient School. Same thing with Cat Shark. Under Obedient School, these cards are great to summon, not so much Cat Shark by itself. 1 Herald of Pure Light, just to add the cards back that you might need, but it almost never comes up. And then number 45, Pseudo Fiendish Chain, if you will. For the links, Mrs. Radiant, this card is getting made all the time, and it can add itself back when it's destroyed, which is cool, but you're more than likely going to be adding one of your beasts back to hand. Proxy Dragon, for if the extension is there, you can do it. Mrs. Radiant into Proxy Dragon, and then you're able to do more stuff. Akashic Magician, this has came up quite a few times for me, because if they have Deco Talker on the field, I want to target their stuff, but if I can't, I can just go into this and get rid of their Deco Talker or whatever else is in their extra deck monster zone. And then Deco Talker, which comes up quite a few times. Firewall Drag, doesn't come up all the time, but sometimes you can like get your board wiped out and then go into like a Soul Charge play where you can end up like Proxy Dragon Firewall, which is kind of an overextension, but like the theory is there. There's usually better plays though. And then for the synchros, we are playing 1 Fabled Unicorn and 1 Naturia Beast. This is the 2 cards you're going into most often, just because of their effects. They're amazing. If you don't know what Fabled Unicorn is, this is what I was talking about with the hand control. When you and your opponent have the same number of cards in hand, you negate all spells, traps, and effects activated by your opponent and destroy that spell, trap, or monster. Really good effect, especially if you have the same amount of cards. Yes, it's easy to play around, but for the most part, it can put your opponent into a weird situation where they have to play around having cards in their hand, and if they can't do that, then they just can't really do anything that turn. They have to wait, and for that to happen, my next turn I can usually win because I'll be able to hand manipulate just enough to be able to negate everything. And then Nat Beast as well puts them in awkward situations. So Mrs. Radiant, Nat Beast, and Fabled Unicorn usually is a really good board to make, and it has potential to win you the game just because it negates a lot of stuff. But that is the Baby Raccoon deck profile. This is a deck I've been playing with for a really long time. Haven't touched it in a while. Figured I would dust it off and show you what it can do here with the addition of Link monsters. I want you to let me know what you think about the deck down in the comments section below. This is Alpha Plus 3 TCG signing out, y'all.